Hey, what's up, guys? So, we are back with episode 7 of The Last of Us. Unfortunately, episode 6, we had some technical difficulties. We couldn't really get to do it last week, so we're going to kind of gloss over that episode a little bit in this review. So, real quick, what did we think of episode 6? I know there's like a lot of drama, not a lot of action in that one.
Yeah, I thought it was alright. It pushed forward a lot of personalities and connections, and there was a lot of growth, I think, in that episode. People were overcoming issues that they've been just repressing for years and years.
Yeah, that is true. My favorite part of the entire episode, the couple in the beginning.
Yeah, it was funny.
They were just delightful.
Yeah.
Like, he literally was just like, I mean, okay, do what you gotta do. I don't really care either way.
Yeah, they were just like funny, grumpy old people.
Yeah. I mean, we needed comic relief after the past couple episodes that we've had. Either way, so, we get to Joel trying to find Tommy. They end up finding Tommy. They get to the little area, or like the community that they have built up, which I probably wouldn't want to leave.
Yeah. I mean, it looks really nice.
Like, they have electricity in that too, right?
Yeah.
Like, it literally looks like a small, like, Colorado city that's, like, up in the mountains. It's, like, secluded almost.
Yeah.
But...
yeah. It looks nice. In the show, it looks way nicer. In the game, it's just, like, a broken down little area. Yeah. Yeah.
But either way, Joel tells Tommy, hey, I'm super old. I'm, like, 55 years old. I can't take her. You take her. So he's like...
Yeah, he feels bad because he let that guy come up on him in the other episode.
Yeah.
Because he didn't hear him. So.
Yeah, and he basically forced Ellie to kill somebody.
Yeah.
So that was almost the breaking point for him. And then, Tommy's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess we're just going to get into spoilers real quick for 6, but it's a week past. You guys are all right. But, and then Tommy's like, hey, I got a baby coming. I don't really want to do it. Tommy's like, you sure you don't want to just stay here? And of course, we wouldn't have a show if they just stayed there. So, no, they gotta go. They gotta cure the entire world.
Yeah, and then Joel breaks the news to Ellie, and that whole scene it plays out exactly the same in the game, but in the game it's like later on. It doesn't happen yet, and it's not like in their town.
Yeah, I wouldn't know, but I'm just agreeing either way.
Just telling you.
Yeah, I mean, hey, facts.
That's why I'm here.
Facts are facts.
Yeah.
Either way. But then, we get to the little stall area where all the horses are, and Joel is getting the horse ready for him, and he's like, do you want me to take you, or do you want Tommy to take you? And of course, Ellie's just like, no, Joel, get on the damn horse, let's go.
Yeah.
And then they get to the little facility where fireflies are supposed to be. They're not. There's just a bunch of monkeys just run around doing crazy things, doing monkey things. And of course, we have this group of like 3 or 4 people come up on him. He snaps one of their necks, which I feel like anytime somebody snaps somebody's neck in a movie or a TV show, it's not really realistic, because they literally are just like right here. That's it. Like, they do a little twist, and then of course, they put the sound there of the neck cracking, which I don't think you'd hear it that well. Either way, I don't know. I'm getting on a tangent. But then, of course...
I don't know.
I mean, I guess I...
never snapped a neck.
Yeah, that is true. I've never actually snapped and killed somebody, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, that guy ends up stabbing Joel, and that's where the episode ends.
Yeah, because he had a baseball bat, and it broke while they were fighting, I think, right?
Yeah.
And so you find out that he gets stabbed.
And then he's just laying there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it ends.
Yeah.
The major differences in the game are when Ellie finds out that Joel wants Tommy to take her instead, she ends up grabbing a horse and running off. And then there's a whole scene where you're chasing her in a horse with Tommy. And you end up coming along this house that she stops in. And you find her in the room. And this is where the room's like exactly the same in the show, where it's like a little kid's room, like a girl's room, and she's reading their diary and stuff, and she's like, oh, the people only cared about boyfriends and stuff back then. And so, and then the Raiders or somebody comes up on them, and they have to fight them in the game. And then after you fight them, then they have Ellie decide, do you want Tommy or do you want Joel? And then she says Joel.
I mean, to be fair, I would want Tommy.
Yeah, I mean...
You know, Grandpa.
Like, logistically, Tommy makes more sense, but she feels more comfortable with Joel.
Hey,
so.
Tommy can shoot an infected from, like, what, 300 meters away or 500 meters away or whatever he said in the show?
Yeah.
He can't do it, but he can talk that he can say that he can.
Yeah, well, he's got his partner and a kid on the way, which there's no kid in the game that I can remember.
Yeah.
And there's no pregnancy.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Last of Us 3.
No.
It's coming.
Maybe.
I have no idea. Who knows?
And then the other main difference is when they're at the research facility, there's a lot more like fighting and scrambling, and there's actually infected there. And the way Joel gets hurt is he falls while he's fighting with one of the people, and he lands on like a metal stake. And then Ellie rips it out of him. And then
I was watching that too, and like the thing's in there, and we're both sitting there watching it thinking like, don't pull it out. Like, you're gonna start just bleeding out if you pull it out of there. And Ellie was like, nope, I got it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the logistics of that, but
I
imagine you pull it out just so there's no more risk of infection.
I like the meme that we got sent though with use your healing pack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe he's got
There's no healing pack in the game in that scenario.
Yeah, that's true. Joel's just dead, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
At least not yet. Who knows? He'll probably die later in the season, and everybody will cry, and Pedro Pascal will do Mandalorian 3 and 4 and 5 and...
In 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got to make this quick. All right. Okay, now I just got really excited too. Okay, either way, we're going to jump to episode 7, and we're going to go in depth with that one. So we'll see you after this edit.
Oh, hurry up.
All right, and like I said, after that cut, we're going to talk about episode 7. So, just a quick overview. Did you like episode 7?
It was okay.
I'm kind of in the same boat.
Not the greatest.
Yeah, I just thought it was kind of boring and slow. We really were watching it, and I was like, yeah, we're like 45, 50 minutes into this episode. Like, it's got to be almost done. And then Angela literally, like, before she paused, she goes, no, we're only like 20 minutes. And she paused it. We're at 48 minutes. She's like, good Lord.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed slow to me. Oh, sorry. What else did you think?
Oh, well, I was just going to say that I mostly didn't like it because we already knew what was going to happen.
Yeah,
So it's like, kind of, what's the point? Like, did we really need to see this? Like, I know they made the DLC of it, and back then, I didn't care either. I went back and played it recently because of the show, dipped into it.
Yeah.
So I had to, like, play and figure out, like, what the differences are and whatnot, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I just thought it was boring, and it was just kind of slow. And I literally, the whole time I was watching, I was like, okay, when is she gonna die? Like, they're making dumb mistakes, but they're kids, they're teenagers, so obviously.
Yeah, there's a lot of like horror movie, like, why are you so close to that dead person?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
I just thought it was weird where, like, I guess we're just going to get into spoilers. So we'll pop the banner up here. We're just going to get into spoilers because I feel like we're just going to kind of just roll with this episode. There's not going to be a huge formality with this one. But the guy, when they take the alcohol off him,
yeah,
and it's just weird how they're like, oh, we got the alcohol? All right, we're good. And then he's like, phew, shoots right through the floor like,
yeah.
Why did that happen?
It's a perfect hole where only he fell.
Like, Ellie's literally right next to him, and like it was almost comical. It was like, all right, we got the alcohol. Oh my God, watch out! And he just gets sucked through. I don't know. It was weird to me, but whatever. That's The Last of Us. That's how those buildings are built back in the day. But I don't know.
Well, that is what, probably 19 years after the infection, right? Because
she
doesn't meet Joel right away, but it's pretty soon after that event.
Yeah, so it's like 19, 20 years
Yeah, I'm guessing the Fireflies come looking for Riley because she's supposed to leave the next day. And that's how they find the two of them.
Yeah, that would make sense because that's why they have her chained up because they see that she's got bitten, and so that rolls in. For some reason in my head, I was thinking like what was happening between them two or those two were like it was just earlier than that. It was like way before that, but I guess it would make sense.
Yeah, it's
she's
like,
bit. They find her
just before Joel gets.
Yeah, because then they have her chained up, and they're like, oh my god, she's a miracle.
Yeah, because they're not. Because I'm guessing they probably found her and Riley was changed, or she was like
or
on
like
the verge, and Ellie had no symptoms.
Yeah,
yeah, they tied her up.
But either way, I guess we'll kind of just jump into it. Ellie is part of what are they called again?
No, Riley is part of Firefly.
No, but what is Ellie becoming?
Oh, Fedra.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
She's becoming Fedra, and
which we knew from the other episodes.
Yeah,
as well.
So it's really this episode is just giving you backstory of Ellie and kind of what led up to her meeting Joel, which again I get because it's character building moments and it kind of shows that she's still a kid. She still wants to go play Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. So I get it, but like you said, it kind of we already knew almost everything in this episode for the most part.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I don't know, like I didn't really like you don't get to see their relationship really at all.
Yeah,
so that you don't really like feel the love between them. Yeah, like I felt bad. Like the end result, like clearly they're like heartbroken and stuff. Like they were just getting off and like becoming more of a thing, So it's like heartbreaking at the end. But
because you can see Ellie kind of like show her feelings every once in a while throughout the episode.
Yeah, but I don't remember seeing Riley's feelings shown the same way it shows Ellie's feelings.
No, it really doesn't until like right at the end where she kisses her and then she's just like, okay, I won't go. I won't leave
she's
you.
Like, what are you sorry for?
Yeah, it seems more or less like Riley friend zoned Ellie, and Ellie's just like, come on, just give me a shot. Like I'll be a good girlfriend. I got you.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. It was just weird to me, and I just knew I kind of along the same lines as you is the whole episode I literally was like, is that how she's gonna die?
Yeah,
is that how she's gonna die?
Because there's the 5 wonders. You're like, where are they gonna die? Which at the end of the episode is when they're gonna die. But.
Yeah, but like it literally like every single thing that they come across with like the dead guy who OD'd on pills and alcohol, and then they get to the other dead guy because isn't there it's the infected that they wake up.
Yeah,
that's like
which I don't know how it took so long to wake up that infected because Riley has been there.
Yeah, that's true.
She's been staying. She's like building bombs and stuff at the mall.
Oh
and she already played the arcade a bunch. She knew all the special moves and
so especially how to fix the carousel and stuff.
Yeah, how did he not wake up this entire time?
It's just a heavy sleeper. He took a lot of melatonin before.
Yeah. Also, that had to have been a clicker, right?
It looked like it.
But he acted more like just a regular infected.
Yeah, because he had like the
his head was kind of split
covered
open.
And yeah. I don't know.
I was expecting like more clicker,
like more violent, like running at them and stuff like that. And then I don't know. And then especially like literally as soon as that thing ran into the room, I was like, okay, this is how she dies. And especially too, like they show Ellie, and I'm like, yeah. Ellie, we get it. You're good. Like you're fine. And then it pans to her, and I was like, okay, she got bit too.
Yeah.
Let's get these. These.
Which we already knew that they were both going to get bit, and it still didn't show us them getting bit.
Yeah, it just pans over, and she's just got like a little bite on her hand. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, there we go.
Like, but we didn't see a single moment where it was like biting them,
or even close, or like traumatic. Like, I
don't know. It was. I mean, I guess it built the world. It was part of the DLC, so it makes sense that they did it. I don't I don't want to spoil it because there's a lot more to the DLC that wasn't in this episode. So
I wonder if they're even going to show it then.
in the past episodes, I've thought that, but then they end up like adding it to the next episode. So they may add the rest of that to the next episode. So like the DLC wise, there's a lot more going on.
I mean, it makes sense though, because the DLC is basically a whole new expansion, so it's like more levels and stuff that you have to play. But how are you really going to just shove all of that into like 1 or 2 episodes? Especially with only 2 episodes left, honestly.
Honestly, if they did this episode like what the DLC was, this episode would have been way better.
Yeah. More action, I'm assuming?
Well,
or is it just Ellie doing Ellie?
There's just... It's kind of like there's flashbacks, so it goes from forward to backward to forward to backward.
Oh, so you're still getting some of like her and Joel and stuff like that.
Yeah, you kind of you get some progression in the current story, also while learning about the past story, and like the breaks, they make sense. Like, so
because I mean they kind of did that with this, where like they cut back to Joel and Ellie for a couple of minutes, and then they cut back.
It was just the beginning and the end, right? I think they didn't cut back in the middle, did they?
I don't actually. Yeah, now you mention it, I don't think so.
Yeah,
because they cut back to her like running away from Joel, because Joel's like, "Just get away! I'm dead."
He's like, "Go back to Tommy."
Which I have one gripe with that, because that baseball bat was thick and that went like deep into his stomach. And at the end of the episode, we already said spoilers, so who cares? But she's like, "You know what, buddy? I'm just gonna stitch that open." I was like, "There's a lot of internal bleeding in there, like probably cut, intestines or something."
Well, in the game, the spike goes straight through his from the back.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so
she's just like, she's like, "All right, let me crack my knuckles and let me get this little string. I got a fish hook and we're good." And Joel's just like, "Oh, this hurts, but we're doing good." Like,
I guess we'll see where the next episode goes. How fast forward they're gonna go with it.
Yeah,
but like she didn't find any medicine or anything in this episode.
Yeah, I mean she didn't check any of the medicine cabinets to pull medicine out.
Yeah, all she found was the thread.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just really hope this show doesn't get into like along the lines of like what Walking Dead did, where they gave so much backstory and so much like almost just fluffer episodes. Or like filler episodes. I don't know why I said fluffer.
What did he say?
But filler episodes. Sorry guys, that makes no sense.
Fluffy episodes.
Yeah, right. But
get rid of them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of you could probably cut a good chunk of The Walking Dead out of the show, and still have the main. And like that's almost why I stopped. That's part of the reason why I stopped watching The Walking Dead, was because I read the comics and the comics were so good. So I feel like that's kind of maybe what happens with some of the video game. Like, did you watch this episode and you're just like, why?
Well, yeah, like it doesn't really. That's what I said in the beginning.
It doesn't fit.
It doesn't really add anything.
Yeah,
it just gives you a little bit of backstory. But like I'm saying, if they did the episode like what the game is like,
yeah,
I think the episode would have been more interesting.
Probably would have flowed a lot better.
Way more interesting.
Yeah, I think they just dove. They wanted to show you kind of Ellie's personality and maybe how she was before she met Joel, and how things have changed and how her relationship with Joel or
like she's the same. She has that joke book. They're excited about the volume 2 of the joke book, and she's the same person.
That is true.
Yeah,
I mean you're not wrong. She really has not really changed. She just now has a relationship with Joel.
Yeah. I don't know. It was alright.
I hope we didn't shit on this episode too much. Like it was enjoyable to watch, but so far it's definitely my least favorite episode that they've done.
Yeah, we knew from that one episode where she was talking about how she went to the mall, and I guess maybe if you know nothing about the game, you didn't know that she had like a girlfriend and someone that died in the mall with her. And if they were going to do that, they should have gone back further and showed us how their relationship grew more.
Yeah, like them in the school together and like her like sticking up for her and stuff like that.
Because this whole episode, they just seemed awkward to me.
Either way, do you have anything else to add about this episode before we do our sign off?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with the next episode, so...
Yeah.
Either they're going to just drop a bunch of content and we're just going to flash forward, or...
Joke's on you.
Or it's going to drag
We're about to drop a
on.
bunch of content on this YouTube channel.
Yeah. A twofer.
Facts.
2 for Tuesday.
Well, alright, with that being said, I don't have anything to add. He's all out of anything he wants to talk about this episode. So, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, do all that fun stuff. We'll be back with episode 8 and 9. Oh.
I didn't even talk about the differences between the game.
I mean, hurry
I
up.
got all caught up.
Hurry up, let's get through it. Let's go.
Well, there really is no differences.
Wow. The anticipation, you literally...
The main differences are, for whatever reason, they decided to change the order of the 5 wonders that she takes her through. So, like, in the game, the first thing you do is go to the horror shop and they have masks on.
Yeah.
And so, like, the order is just different. That's really the only difference. Aside from all the stuff that just wasn't in the episode. But maybe it'll be in the next one.
Man, you literally, like, you're built up... God, we didn't even talk about any of the changes. What are the changes?
Not much.
They go to a different shop first.
Yeah.
Man, All right, well, with that being said, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, do all that fun stuff. Leave a comment in the section below. And we'll see you guys with the next episode. See you later. Bam. All right. Bye.